Ladies and gentlemen, I see that lady I'm going to show you right now. Me just make it play now. Can I see it there? How much video this? Box cover. Me just make it play. I want to listen to this.
Me I go burn a whole lie today. This nah go sweet. This is not for the weak-hearted. This is for the voiceless. Wanna walk with me. In a Jamaica, big adult grown men in a full-blown relationship with a little school girl. We can't vote, can't consent, don't even know how to spell trauma. I wear uniform and society I call it relation. A rape. Me say rape, manipulation, grooming, emotional bondage, exploitation of innocence. But because him I give her look lunch money, I put credit on her phone, I give look a Wi-Fi, and I buy the little mother one slippers or a night's dinner. You know, hush and say my help out. Helping out, he's a monster, a predator, a devil in her slippers and bleach face. And you know what hurt me the most? I when the same Jamaica we call them damnation pan gay people stay silent when them boys get molested by big man. Me a talk from my belly now. Too much youth turn out broken, angry and confused because them trauma start in a childhood. The same society we are about sin. Stay silent when the uncle touch the little boy, when the cousin take advantage, and when the pastor molest him in a counseling. And when the boy finally grow up confused, angry, and turn to same-sex relationships, we call him an abomination. Sodomite. We beat him. We shame him. But we never once ask him, who hurt you? Nobody no born with pain like that. That was inflicted. Me I go into some facts. You know that 80% of the molestation that takes place in the world is done by somebody the child trusts and know. In Jamaica, less than 20% of sexual child abuse cases ever reach prosecution. And homosexual behavior in many males is often linked to early childhood sexual trauma. That's a fact that's well documented in psychological journals. Me nah make it up. And all this is ignored by the Jamaican public dialogue. Children from poor households are 3 times higher at risk for abuse. Why? Because poverty breeds vulnerability. And them predator, them love unprotected picnic. You wanna know why this cycle keeps happening? Too many absentee fathers, too many mothers surviving and cannot protect. Too much shame, too much fear. And the church and the school and the system fail. So the youth, them are raise themselves, and predators lurk where structure is lacking. So who we gonna blame? You see the big man where they with schoolgirl, lock him up. You see the family where hush abuse, burn them silence. You see the community where say so she steer, call them out. You see the church where call them sodomite but hide rapist pastor, take off him collar and send him go to prison. The MP will refuse to change the laws about child abuse, martial rape, child protection and molestation. He's unfit to lead. The blood a cry out, man. It a cry out from the little girl we can't sleep. It a cry out from the little boy where I carry this secret since he was 7. It a cry out from the youth them we don't know how to love. Why? Because the first touch he's got was a violation. Jamaica, fix your house. Make child sex crimes punishable by prison. No bail, no hush money. Educate the youth them on consent, not Bible verses. Provide free trauma counseling in every parish. Reinforce mandatory reporting laws for teachers, pastors, and community leaders. Decriminalize mental health and therapy. And most importantly, hold abusers, not victims, responsible for society's decay. Right now, me I speak for every little girl we cry in a silence. Every little boy will never get to say uncle do it. Every teen mother that never got justice. Every broken man who only know rage and confusion. Every woman we still can't sleep in a peace. Me are the voice for the voiceless today. And me now stop till Jamaica wake up. Because if we don't destroy this rape culture, it a go destroy we. We are going to burn a whole lie today. This nah go sweet. This is not for the weak-hearted. This, Jamaica, me see an incident on a video where a man a beat up a nurse. And me a go address it. Me want to know walk with me panda one ya car it deep. Jamaica. Yes. Jamaica. You see Jackie? Jamaica, me see an incident on a video where a man a beat up a nurse. And me a go address it. You see Jackie? Jamaica, me see an incident on a video where a man a beat up a nurse. And me a go address it. Me want to know walk with me panda one ya car it deep. You see that incident there? It deeper than that. It deeper than the beating. It deeper than the shame. It deeper than the gun. That beating they expose a sickness that we, Jamaica, have been hiding. But let's expose it. You look on the video, how the woman was dragged out of her car and beaten like an animal. Not any animal, beaten like a stray animal. Kick her apart in her head. And not only that, a gun pull upon the woman. And the brute will do it. This man, a security guard. One that was paid, trained, and trusted. He took it one step further and he even stomped on her head. Him stomp out the humanity out of her. Cause the one thing where him feels say and know say Jamaica now go protect her. But me now go stop this so. Because this is not just about that nurse. This is about the entire culture we have in Jamaica. This is exactly how Jamaica treat children, how Jamaica treat women, and turn around and call it what? Discipline. This is how we also keep quiet and hush. Because why? We say a family business. You see that beating here? It connected to every rape case. We never reach court. Every mother will have to protect her pitney from her own man. Every girl will disappear and we call them runaways. Every little boy will get molested by him uncle and him can't talk about it. Cause everybody said that man a church elder. Yes, me have to say it. And this is the culture. We don't raise men. We raising monsters. Then we praise them for being firm. We teach boys, don't cry, control the women. Beat her if she chat too much and take what you want. And when the man dead, we say, I wish she did do for provoke him. Me I go sit down, cause me tired. Every day is a headline. Girl gone missing. Woman get chopped up. Baby found dead. And yet una still quiet. We don't need no more hashtags or no more marches, you know. We need war upon this terrible culture. We need war upon this evil. We need war upon the silence them in our families. War when the police them turn where the woman we got to cry for help. War upon communities where protect abusers and molesters because them a church elder. War upon the mindset that women must endure pain because of love. Me I go say this loud and bold. If you protect abusers, you're wicked. If you're quiet about this wretched system, you're a part of it. And if you see a video where women get beat up and you laugh about it, you're sick. Me can't sit back no more because my spirit can't rest. Because until we build a country where women can walk safe, where children can sleep safe, where dignity is basic, Jamaica will burn itself from the inside out. And you can't say you love Jamaica if you can't defend the people who birthed Jamaica. So Jamaica, me want to know if you fix the culture, fix the silence, fix the system, or watch we lose every future we still have. You see, jacket is one of the wickedest things a Jamaican womb. could I ever birth. Wanna walk with me? Jacket is not a joke. It's not a meme. It's not a TikTok trend. It's one of the most calculated, soul-cutting, irreversible betrayal a human being can live through. It's a lie wrapped in baby clothes. A betrayal delivered in breast milk. It's the moment when a man, a good man who take care of him child for 5, 10, 15 or 20 years, hear them 3 words and are yours. Are the 5 words, you are not the father. It collapses and kills and crushes his spirit. So Jamaica, make we talk some truth. You know that Jamaica have the highest rate of paternity fraud in the entire world? You don't believe me? Alright, check this out. 1 out of every 3 men raising a child in Jamaica might not be the biological father. You think that not damaging? You think that I just oops? The government not talk about it. The church stay silent and society just laugh and take it for joke. Like an a murder when a man find out so the pitney no feel. Jacket not just mash up DNA, it mash up motherhood, it mash up paternity, it mash up the picnic future, it mash up identity. Imagine being 18 and find out that the man where you call daddy your whole life is not your father. Your whole world twist, your bloodline just get erased, and your mental health just mash up. And how you think the man feel? Him can't get back all of them years there. The birthday parties, the sleepless nights, the school fee, all of that just cut out him soul. So why this happening in Jamaica? Why jacket so prevalent in Jamaica? I gotta tell you why. Some women give jacket because them afraid. Afraid for the shame. Afraid for admit so them slip up. Afraid for deal with the truth. See, others give jacket because of stability over paternity. The man where them get pregnant for broke, him abusive, him irresponsible. So them choose the quote unquote nice guy, the one where financially stable and give to him. Them choose stability over paternity. And then the rest of them, then just wicked and cool. Revengeful. Use the pitney for trap man. For keep him run. For take him money. And mash up him pride. And when you realize that when a child grew up in a lie that's so heavy, it mash up them mental. And the entire time, Jamaica, your heart just black with laughter and lies. You ever notice, say, everything with pain related in a Jamaica and take it in a turn it in a joke? When a man get jacket, then laugh and say, you better go check the mechanic. When a child find out the truth, them tell him, say, I just saw the thing set. Right now, me I tell you, say, the culture heartless, bad. We joke for hide shame and laugh for drown trauma. But you don't realize, say, when it affect all 3 parties involved, the man, the child, and the woman. You see, when a man get jacket, these are the things him go through. It break them, it pain them, it hurt them, it broke them trust. Some of them come bitter. But men, remember, DNA test is not disrespect. It's not disrespect at all. It's a defense. You have to protect your heart now. You see, to the woman them where I get jacket, you can't fix the past, but you can't start tell the truth no. You can't work on it now. Tell the child the truth. Confess to that man. And you see, to the pitting them out there, where I got through this, is not your fault. You don't have nothing to feel shame about. You're just a victim of a system that normalize pain. Jamaica, stop treat jacket like picnic story or street talk. It's generational trauma that destroys trust, identity, and families. We don't want to stop jacket in Jamaica. Start tell the truth. Normalize DNA testing. Stop shaming honesty. And most of all, stop giving children to men who did not help to make them. Me nah beat round the bush today. Jamaica is not safe for the womb. Jamaica mash up my head. I mean, nah go whisper it.
Embarrassing.
Loud. You don't want to know why the birth rate a drop in a Jamaica? Because Jamaica is one of the most hostile, traumatic, degrading place for any woman bring life. From the moment you get pregnant, you start get punished. No support, no care, just pure judgment. The doctor them start look upon you like, oh, another belly. The nurse them treat you like dog in a labor room. When you ball out in a pain, the nurse them no compassion, no care. Them just gonna tell you, oh, shut up. Plenty other woman done did this before. Shut up. You ain't a ball when you did a breed. Is that what you call care in a Jamaica? Then you have to fight. Fight for dignity. Fight for pain relief. Fight for humanity. Then when the baby born, your body broke, mind mash up, breast sore, and you just get sent home like if you just get over it. Where is the postpartum care? Where is the counseling? Where is the support system? Them give you 2 Panadol and say, good luck. Woman out here screaming in a bathroom, bawling out in a silence, suffocating under motherhood, and nobody no see it. Yet society tell you say you're strong. But strength without support is suffering. And I make me start on the fathers them with it in the bed with you. Gone, disappear, silent after baby come. Me see too often, pitney born, and man disappear, man get ghost, man get silent. Start act like stranger. The woman have to play mom, dad, nurse, breadwinner, and chef. While at the same time, bleeding out and mentally cracking. And then you have the audacity to ask why women now have babies no more and why the birth rate a drop. Oh no man! Who not think say woman go through this drama, suffering, pain,
emotional
and then
damage.
do it again? Some women not even gonna do it because them barely survived the last time. Some women have to walk around with stitches where barely heal. And some of them still a walk around mentally mash up from them baby father. And enough of them are breastfeed with sore nipples and empty fridge. And about to talk about the one them have to run go back to work after 2 weeks because the bills them now wait on nobody. Jamaica, una glamorize motherhood, but crucify mothers. We sing about mother love, but the system treat mothers like old cloth. The only time we hear about mother upon Mother's Day. After that, she depend on her own. So me support every woman we say, me not ready, me can't afford it, me still a heal, me done with picnic. You see that womb? It's sacred, it's fragile, it's powerful, and I don't blame no woman for locking it down. Yes, lock it down in our country where destroy you mentally, emotionally, and financially, and then call it life. We don't want to increase the birth rate, fix up the hospital them, fix up the culture, get these men some help, fix the laws, fix the education, fix the village, and then we will see an increase in the birth rate. Until you fix all of that, fix the income minimum wage. Until you fix all of that, Jamaica birth rate, I go straight in at the grave. If nobody now go tell you, I will. I want you to share on your experience in the comment below. What do you think it's going to take to increase Jamaica's birth rate? This might be the most dangerous truth you hear in a lifetime. And when me done, you cannot unhear it. Because while we're too busy singing about Browning, chasing hype, and foreign aesthetics, they're busy wiping out our legacy from the inside. Not with whips and chains this time, but with love song, light skin, and lust. Me not go ease up today. Me come to talk to me Jamaican men. I'm talking straight to you. Every time you glorify light skin and reject your own, you're spitting at the face of nanny. You dishonor your mother and help finish the work of slavery. Let me tell you something they don't teach you in school. Blanqueamiento. Blanqueamiento. Look it up. You see, in Brazil, Haiti, Cuba, and right here so in Jamaica, the colonial powers pushed interracial relationships to whiten the population over time. It was policy. It was weaponized sex. So when you run go look pan white woman, pretty ear woman, quote unquote, foreign woman, and talk about say you don't want a mixed picnic, you're not elevate. You're just being used. You're used as a tool of erasure. Now let me address the white world. Who no love black body, but hate black burden. Who no love with lips, with hips, with swag, with stamina, and with soul. But never once did you sit down and help dismantle what Fono ancestors built. Colonialism. Instead, you date us, breed us, and call it unity. But you still own the land, the banks, and the justice system. You still inherit everything while we inherit trauma. Don't act innocent. You marry black, but don't teach your children about Marcus Garvey. You say we are all one, but at family dinners you tell them they act too black. You love our flavor, but you never want us too loud, too proud, or too woke. That's not love. That's colonization in a condom. No, my Jamaican men, wanna listen this loud. A white woman will never bring your children back to the roots. She cannot teach your children what it feels like to be hunted by the police. And she can't teach your children how to survive Babylon. And when you're dead, your land, your house, your legacy, gone to people who don't know nothing about the struggle. The money circulate out of black hands. The culture get diluted. And the bloodline get lost. Meanwhile, Indian man keep money in him community. Chinese man build for him family. Jewish man pass on land, religion, and business. And we fall in love with our own extinction. I want to ask yourself this. Why do you feel more attracted to what looks less like you? Why do you associate class and cleanliness to light skin? Why do you call dark skin face female, mule, or hard face? That's not taste, that's programming. 400 years of European beauty standards, church doctrine, plantation trauma, and shame. So even when you think you're choosing, you're not choosing. You love our flavor, but you never want us too loud, too proud, or too woke. That's not love. That's colonization in a condom. No, my Jamaican men, wanna listen this loud. A white woman will never bring your children back to the roots. She cannot teach your children what it feels like to be hunted by the police. And she can't teach your children how to survive Babylon. And when you're dead, your land, your house, your legacy, gone to people who don't know nothing about the struggle. The money circulate out of black hands. The culture get diluted. And the bloodline get lost. Meanwhile, Indian man keep money in him community. Chinese man build for him family. Jewish man pass on land, religion, and business. And we fall in love with our own extinction. I want to now ask yourself this. Why do you feel more attracted to what looks less like you? Why do you associate class and cleanliness to light skin? Why do you call dark skin face female mule or hard face? That's not taste, that's programming. 400 years of European beauty standards, church doctrine, plantation trauma, and shame. So even when you think you're choosing, you're not choosing love. You're choosing survival. But survival with no roots is slow death. Now let's talk about the children of confusion. When you have kids with white women or women who don't rate blackness, what do you teach? What language them learn? The music, the struggle. Most mixed children, unless raised with cultural grounding, feel ashamed. Ashamed of their blackness in white spaces. Or too privileged to fight for blackness in black spaces. So them float. Unrooted, disconnected, they become neutral. And in a war of liberation, neutral means colonizer by default. Now let's talk about the global war and why Jamaica is a target. Now this is global warfare. The womb is a battlefield. And Jamaica, with our fire, our resistance, our warriors, we are the #1 target for dilution, distraction, and destruction. You think all them tourism and have an agenda? You think all these foreign women flying in forget black man seed is a coincidence? Them want the energy, the bloodline, but not the struggle, not the burden, not even the liberation. So they extract what's useful and leave you empty. Now my Jamaican men and black men, you do have a decision to make. Remember, you're just not choosing a woman, you're choosing a future. So when you breed a woman who don't rate your culture, you're erasing history that millions died to protect. You can't say you love who you love when you were taught to hate yourself. You can't say it don't matter. So your ancestors died so you could even have a voice. And you can't build no empire on a foundation that you borrowed from the oppressor. Listen, this is not about hate. This is about survival. This is about protecting our black nation. This is about revolution in love. So before you run, go breed another browning, light-skinned, white woman, foreigner, pretty hair, quote unquote, ask yourself this. Will that child fight for black people or forget us? Because if we don't protect our memory, our culture, and our blood, we will vanish. Dancing, smiling, and breeding our way to extinction. Black men, Africans, Jamaicans, across the world, this is our last chance to wake up. Me I go get a whole heap of hate comments for that one, yeah. But me have to talk truth to the Jamaica. We have to stop pretending. Out of many one people is a bloody lie. And this land belongs to African blood, not contract workers or colonial. We have to talk truth to the Jamaica. We have to stop pretending. Out of many one people is a... Me I go get a whole heap of hate comments for that one, yeah. But me have to talk truth to the Jamaica. We have to stop pretending. Out of many one people is a bloody lie. And this land belongs to African blood, not contract workers or colonial pets. Out of many one people. Bull crap. The motto is a graveyard with makeup. A lie printed in gold leaf to hide the plantation soil still under our fingernails. So today me I go burn the lie all the way to the ground, and enough I wanna go vex with me. Let's start with the Tainos. First here, first slaughtered. Yes, the Tainos were here, but stop romanticizing it like them still around things. They were exterminated, genocided, murdered in mines, babies bashed on rocks, women raped by Spanish beasts. And by the 1600s, they were dead, systematically erased. So don't throw them name in my face when me start talk about land. Because this is no longer Taino soil. This is African blood soil. And if them spirits still there, if the Taino spirits still there, me know say them would agree with me. The African fought back. The African survived. The African deserved the land. Now let's talk about us Africans. We did not arrive. We were kidnapped, dragged, tortured, raped, and bred like livestock. But still, we built this damn island. We planted canes while bleeding from our backs. We raised children under chains and still taught them how to sing. We survived buck breaking and still birthed warriors. We didn't migrate. We were kidnapped, sold, whipped, ripped from our gods, and still resurrected them. So don't you ever put us in the same sentence as contract workers. Now let's talk about Cromanti, the name they fear to speak. Maroon is a effing nickname the colonizers gave to try to dehumanize Cromantis. Cromanti is the real name. That's the spiritual bloodline. Queen Nanny wasn't a rebel. She was a general, a war priestess. Kujo, Kojo, and Kwao, they were not slaves. They were Akan field commanders reborn in bush. Yes, Babylon feared them so much they made treaties. But then turn around and had them hunt their own people. That's right. Some Cromantis were forced to capture other enslaved Africans. That's history. It hurts. But it's the truth. Even among warriors, colonialism poisoned everything. Now let's examine Indians and Chinese. Either we gonna come clean, I'm wanting to stay silent. Tap on no nice. Me done with this equality gaslighting. Let's be real and raw. Indians came in 1845 after slavery done. Yes, they were exploited, but they came with contracts, not colors, not chains. They had names. We had numbers. Chinese came in 1854. Struggled, yes, but they built empires, not under whips and lash and chains. And today, they run every wholesale, every plaza, every economic gate. While the descendants of enslaved Africans still beg work in them own country. So don't tell me out of many, when we were the only ones that were fed to dogs, raped for generations, and then still expected to suck it up and move on. Out of many, the motto is a frigging spell. And it's designed to fool you. Out of many, one people is a mental sedative. It sounds good, so you stop fighting. It sounds fair, so you stop asking for land. It is a linguistic plantation, keeping black people docile while their inheritance is sold off to foreign investors. While white developers buy out rivers, while churches own acres they got from slave masters, and while our grandparents die on capture land and uptown drink rum of stolen acres. One people, which one? So who does Jamaica belong to? Let me give it to you raw. Jamaica do not belong to the politicians. Jamaica do not belong to the planters' great-grandchildren. Jamaica does not belong to the Indian dynasties. Jamaica do not belong to the Chinese import kings. Jamaica certainly don't belong to Queen Elizabeth ghost. And it do not belong to the Anglican Church. This land, Jamaica land, belongs to the African mother who breastfed Massa's picnic while hers starved. The bushman that slit throat for freedom in the night. The enslaved that died nameless but still arise up in us. The Cromantes, the field Africans, and the unbroken warriors. Me now wave no flag. Now we have truth. Don't sell me unity when we still have to pay rent on stolen land. Don't sell me togetherness when our dead is still buried in unmarked slave pits. Do and quote no matter to me when black people are still treated like strangers in our own country. This is our land, bought with.
Yo, I say I love that woman until I can't love her no more. People, she's so refreshing. She's like fresh water.
Screams. What? Drum beats and buried in bones. We don't need permission because we are the owners. We are the soil and we are the fire. And if Babylon can't accept that, we just have to go make it burn. Jamaica, enough of una are go vex with me today. Enough of una go have woolly pa things to say, but I want to open my eyes. So una just walk with me panda one. Let me ask you something. Why don't you wait till one ratty day? To patch up the country. One ratty day. To paint the cling it. To fix the school, to sweep the street. And paint little tree like said Jamaica born yesterday. When you wake up. You see, before 1972, May 23rd was known as Empire Day. Yes, we used to wear a flag and celebrate the Queen's birthday. A woman who never put in no work at Jamaica but benefit from her ancestors' blood, sweat and tears. Then came Michael Manley, of course, son of Norman Manley, and burn out the foolishness where the colonizers have in place. Him say, "I flip the script on them." Him said, "This is going to turn Labor Day because we the people build this country." So Labor Day became a revolutionary day of service. From slave rebellion to self-determination. But to look on we now. The same people who rise up for justice is now reduced to patching roads. One day out of the year, like we are glorified maintenance men. Now the same politician will mash up the system. And the same one them will take photos with paintbrush. Labor Day became optics, photo ops, not action. The MP them do nothing all year, then compose up with shovel. And then I realize that every year the same project. Fix the basic school roof or paint the school. Clean up the bush round the sign. Repaint a wall. But the hospital still not even have no Panadol. Me I tell you no, this not symbolize unity, this symbolize shame. How long we are going to depend on one day to fix the problem of 365 days of government failure? Jamaica's GDP is 1 trillion Jamaican dollars. And government budget over 900 billion Jamaican dollars. So tell me why the 70-year-old woman have to climb ladder to paint school wall? Why picnic them not have proper decks or spacing? And why clinic still not have no syringe? And we still a paint wall like paint cure poverty. $2.4 billion is spent yearly on politicians' travel and perks. But water lock off in the hills for 6 months. Uno serious? Yes, Labor Day equals voluntary service. But how people to volunteer when them already a work 2 jobs and can't buy food? And then still have to turn on and fix the pothole themselves for Labor Day? This is what they won't tell you. This is by design, not coincidence. The system now fail. It's working exactly how they designed it to work. Politicians love Labor Day. Want to know why? It make them look like them care and it shift the burden from government to the people. It silenced any protest because everybody is busy helping. But community help without systematic change is slavery wrapped in patriotism. The truth is, Jamaica, we all deserve clean water, safe school, and good roads. Not one day out of the year, but every ratty day. Don't just fix the school, fix the system. Don't just paint the wall, paint the truth. Where the Labour Day money gone? We need to hold these MPs accountable. If potholes still there after Labour Day, we no vote them out. Labour Day should be national uprising, not national PR stunt. Cause on a one day fi fix Jamaica, Jamaica fi fix every day. I mean now rest till the country where Bogle die for, Garvey dream fi, and Nanny protect, rise for real. I have to talk the truth today. I'm gonna be real and raw about it. On a mean to tell me say, if you work in one supermarket as a cashier where you just count money and a pack out bag, you need 6 CXC subjects, maths and English included. But to run an entire country, to pass laws and manage $1 billion budget, you don't need nothing, not one CXC, not one pass, not one English, not one maths, nothing, not a subject, not a pass, not a English, not...
No, I have to play that again. You know, so I never think more of that. Wow. What is the qualifications for being the Prime Minister of Jamaica? What is the education? What kind of education you have to have? To be the chief advisor for everything, the overseer for everything, the economy, agriculture, everything, growth and development, everything. Educate. What qualifications school-wise you need to have to hold a position like that? Nothing. You just need to be smart where that is the president of one party and people vote for you. But somebody who working in one supermarket needs so much qualifications to work as a cashier. The world not level, you know. The world not level. It's not normal that lady at some point.
I'm gonna be real and raw. I work in one supermarket as a cashier where you just count money and a pack out bag. You need 6 CXC subjects, maths and English included. But to run an entire country, to pass laws and manage $1 billion budget, you don't need nothing, not one CXC, not one pass, not one English, not one maths, nothing, not a subject, not a pass, not a English, not even social studies certificate. But you can sit up in a parliament and decide how Jamaica are going to operate. You know, say, a receptionist in a orchards must have CXC, maths and English, and a customer service certification. A security guard in a Kingston, them ask him for police record, 3 references, and sometimes 4 subjects. And in a man level, a barrister in a man level, him better have food handler's permit, 5 subjects, and experience. But to be a member of parliament, all you need to do is be born in Jamaica, be 21 years old. It doesn't matter if you drop out in the 6th grade. It don't even matter if you never run a juice stand.
Embarrassing.
And it certainly don't matter if you don't know how a budget works. You could be the Minister of Finance, or the Minister of Education, or the Minister of Security. Make it make sense. You need 6 CXC subjects, 3 references, police record, 2 passport size photos, figure stock shelf or count money. But you don't need no qualification to run a treasury. How does that make sense? I no wonder why the country runs so. I no wonder why the roads them can't fix, because the people them never did a course or don't understand nothing about infrastructure and road development and transportation. I no wonder why on the year say $2,000 can buy Pro Box, because there's no qualifications required to become the Minister of Finance. I no wonder why the education system is the way it is.
Embarrassing. He needs some milk.
Something not right, my wisdom warriors. Something is not right. Tell about them. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thief them. Take out the murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out from Portland. Take them out. I hear Portland. Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland? Take out somebody, man or woman.
Because there's no qualification required, no bachelor's, master's degree, no degree in education, early childhood education to become the Minister of Education. There is no qualification to run the security department. I don't wonder why we having problems in Jamaica. Since some of you forget, let me remind you. Do you remember the Rural Real scandal? Where millions of dollars unaccountable disappeared and it just got swept under the rug, that whole scandal. He was the Minister of Education, right? What qualifications did he have beyond party loyalty? Make it make sense. And then you talk about the MP Everald Warmington who said the people them don't need to know. Uno come on, and then our recent statement by the Minister of Finance who said $2,000 can buy Pro Box. Uno make it make sense. You have to have all these qualifications to pack shelf, for clean hospital floor, for take notes and collect money and pack bag. But you're telling me the people who have to manage billions of dollars and run a country and pass law don't need no qualification, who have to operate Jamaica, and you wonder why Jamaica is in the state it is. You ever ask yourself why the standards and the qualification for public office is so low, or there's no qualifications at all? It's because them want people that they can control. If we should raise the bar tomorrow and require every member of parliament to be qualified in the position that they hold, half of parliament would have to resign by tomorrow morning. They want to keep people in these offices that they can control. They need sheep, not leaders. They don't want leaders, they need sheep. Okay, but we need educated youth inside of there. They don't want the educated youth them inside parliament. They don't want educated people who are qualified for those positions. Why? Because they don't want us to ask questions. They don't want us to question them and require them to actually take care of the country and take care of Jamaica and take care of the people. They want followers, they want sheep, they want people they can manage and manipulate and control. And that's why the qualifications are so low. A lot of times you see them in parliament and they don't even understand the budget that they're reading. They don't even understand the policies that they're making. A lot of times they don't understand nothing. Them can't answer simple questions. That's why you see them arguing and fussing and fighting like them up on the corner. Like them up on the corner shop. They run the country like a corner store. Because they don't have no true qualifications. And that's not fair, Jamaica. That don't make no sense, Jamaica. Why is it that poor people have to school themselves out of their mind if you go pack shelf and clean floor, but you have these politicians up there that don't meet no requirements, don't need no qualifications at all, make a lot of money and don't have the skill set for the type of money they make. You have all the qualifications and training and you don't even get paid for it. Make that make sense, Jamaica. You cannot demand the youth them to have 6 subjects for clean floor or pack shelf or collect money, yet 0 subject for somebody to become Minister of Health or Minister of Finance or Minister of Education or Minister of Transportation. Okay, so Jamaica, I want to hear from you, Jamaica. Do you think we should raise the bar? We should require qualifications for you to become member of parliament or hold public office? Comment below and make me know what I want to think about this. Me have to talk my mind today. Port Maria St. Mary, Jamaica, tax office of Jamaica at Port Maria. Una have to do something more. This system that una have is total madness.
Embarrassing.
Early, and you decide to take the morning early so you can handle your business. And you go down to the tax office at Port Maria to handle your business. When you get there, tell the security that you only want to see the cashier, that you just want to pay something at the cashier. Them tell you, say, to go sit down on that tent and wait. Somebody else come after you and said they want to see customer service, they tell the person, say, here goes a number, have a seat until your number is called. Now, you have to sit on a tent. No number, no paper, no line, just sit and wait. Like I guess you have to go guess when your time come. Right? You see customer service, the one where I get the number to go customer service. When they go inside to see customer service, after they get done doing them business with customer service, then jump in at the cashier line. Said you outside are roasting at the hot sun underneath tent from whatever time you got there and was told to sit under a tent because you never get number because you're going to the city cashier, them not give you number. You're not see customer service, so you're not getting a number. So you're underneath the tent a roast, a weird pan, a guesswork, I guess, because you don't know when your time will come. So a person that come at 9:15, say you reach at 8:30 and a person come 9:15, go inside before you. If they came for customer service, they go inside before you because their number is called and you're still sitting out there under the hot sun, guessworking when they're gonna call your number. Them go inside to customer service and then jump from customer service text right in at the cashier line. So the line is still long. Where is the fairness? Where is the respect? Where is the proper system? No, so you go to security and say, excuse me, hello, I've been out here all this time. This makes no sense. The people are jumping from the customer service to the cashier line. You're not telling me I have no number and the line is continuously still long. We've been here. We came here before all these people. You know what the security excuse is? The cashier line is still long. So what? So what if they're jumping the line? The line is just still long, so you just have to wait. This don't mean you let people skip the line from inside while others outdoor get ignored. You don't make people jump the line while other people outside is getting ignored. You can't mix an organized system with guesswork, and that's what they're doing at the tax office at Port Mara. It's an organized system of the customer service. People get a number and a guesswork if you're going to see the cashier. So if you see the cashier, guess what? We don't know when you're going to see the cashier. And that is just total chaos. It makes no sense. Who came up with this madness, this insane system, this chaotic system? When you go through the gate, they should ask you, what you're here for? Then issue you one unified number system. Whether you need to see the cashier or you need to see customer service. Anything you need to do inside there. Simple, fair, transparent. You see, this type of disorganization and chaos and madness, it destroys productivity. It frustrates people and it certainly kills business. Understand this. St. Mary people are trying to grow. They're honestly trying to stay legal. They're trying to pay their dues. And this is the type of treatment they receive. Fix it up, Jamaica. Fix it up, Port Maria, St. Mary. We cannot build a nation on this type of chaos. We the people deserve better. And we the people demands better. Jamaica, today hot like 10 fireside. So I'm gonna get this out of the way real quick. Wanna come walk with me? You know say JPS is not a utility company. Them is a legalized thief organized with boardroom blessing. You are pay $20,000 a month for one fridge, one fan, and one light bulb. No AC and not even a washer. And when you complain, them send one automated message and another high ass bill. Every month a JPS bill coming faster than an ambulance service. And pour like gully water. You pay more for light every month and still can't leave a light bulb on after 10 p.m. And guess what? When your neighbor thief current, who pay for it? You, me, we. Because JPS push the cost from paying customers. Thief a thief, but corporate thief wear tie. Now all this money you up here, let's examine the infrastructure for JPS. I call it the infrastructure of death. JPS run wire like them a wrap gift for Duppy. Trees grow through power lines. Poor lean over like old drunk man. And the wire them hang low like banana string. A whole scheme or a whole community, one big accident waiting to happen. But them not maintain nothing. One breeze blow and the whole parish blackout. Why? Because the pole them did already dry rot from 2007. People dead already, picnic electrocuted. Fire start from failing transformers. And JPS response? Stay away from downed wires. Oh really? Every other week is a new outage. And still we light bill high. Like we prepare for death, darkness, and disrespect. No man JPS, enough is enough. Let me tell you something. You can't hide anymore. We know this scheme. Big profit, big lie, big robbery. You see, in 2022, JPS make over 68 million US dollar in a profit. And you there wonder how you gonna keep your light on and feed picnic at the same time. This is not incompetence. This is intentional. This is not mismanagement. It's modern day slavery with electric chain. So me come to burn it down spiritually, verbally, and publicly. Cause we not taking it more from the JPS. We not go silent in the dark while una sit up there in a AC. We not go smile while una oppress me with meter and madness. Said Mary, una not see what go on.
You know, this lady here, I'm a new favorite content creator. One real DEA, one real deal Jamaica. She is the real deal. What a woman sweet, what a woman fierce, what a woman brave, what a woman refreshing. It's so hard not to agree with what she's saying. Like every point where she hit, when you just sit back and listen and think about it. Right now, let me see how far the reaction are gone. How much? 1 hour video to blows and skirt that may tell us I'm gonna feel bored.
Every year, the government make big development plans. But somehow, said Mary, not in them plans. Andrew Olness, 2025-2026 budget speech. And guess what? Big highway for what areas we're gonna connect. Montego Bay, Kingston. Them said I'm even bring the bypass the traffic congestion in Ochi. Them gonna bring it and stop it at Prospect. So them say, right? Holy money a dash out. But said Mary, nothing for we. Nothing for we. Not even a solid plan. Watch I get this big old highway upgrade for link straight to Mobile and Kingston. While for we road them full of pothole and flood out every time the Korean fall. The government well excited. Mr. Andrew Wallace said excited. You hear them a beat boom, 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 boom. Them well excited to declare Portmore this new parish. I'll big up these beautiful complexes and business hubs in a Portmore and happy to declare this new parish. Let me ask you something. What happened to the foundation parish? Like said Mary, a long time we are parish now. We are parish before even Portmore come on the map. So what I'm to St. Mary, what I'm to the excitement for big development in a St. Mary to Mr.
Embarrassing.
We're so excited for declare Portmore this new parish and congratulations. I'm excited too that we're developing. But what happened to the foundation parishes like St. Mary? We there long before Portmore and nothing now go on. Answer me that. What happened for we? No jobs, no growth, and more empty promises. And that's all St. Mary I get. The PM talk about job creation. But what kind of jobs am I talk about? How many of them jobs there? Actually, I got there at St. Mary. Because we still have to left the parish now. We have to left go Montego Bay, Ocheries, and Kingston. To get little work and little opportunity. So how much of them job there? I got there at St. Mary. Creation, I got create at St. Mary. And that me want to know. Him say fix the economy and we will fix. And the crime will fix itself. If I talk about the crime rate now. I mean, I tell you something, St. Mary crime rate go up. Him say, it have nothing to do with being poor or the economy or social or whatever. It have to do with gang. What make people join gang? What make the youth them join gang? If it have to do with organized crime like gangs, because you know him use the words with the average, you know, the average Jamaicans probably have to go look in a dictionary if you look up, you know, so he make sure when him speaks certain things, he make sure that I'm not gonna look it up, and some we not gonna look it up, so we just pass over it and make it go from one ear to the other. But what I must say is, the problem with crime is because of gang, right? Gang. We know say gang they start have some political association. We know say we not even gonna go there because that is a long story. But why people join gang? Why people join gang nowadays? They think of it defend politics. They think of it to defend them house. Why people join gang? Because them not have no other opportunity. Them poor, they need money. Gang I give them money. Gang I give them gun for go juke off money and take their money. Gang I give them a way out. So don't tell me not have nothing to do with economy and it have nothing to do with poverty. Cause me not see none of the rich man them pitney a giant gang. Tell me how much of the rich man pitney them a giant gang. Where the rich man pitney them no in a gang? Can you say it have nothing to do with poverty or the economy? So tell me, show me all of the rich man pitney them with a giant gang. But like I say, how the gang started is a whole another topic we will discuss for another day. And today, Anata Bay Hospital got one mention in the speech. Bare minimum. We need more clinics in St. Mary. We need better emergency response in St. Mary. More doctors and nurses to help the people. And we need better roads to the hospital, because if the long wait to get to the hospital, trying to get to the hospital don't kill you, the road itself will kill you. I believe that all roads that go to a hospital should be properly done, should be paved and smooth. Can you imagine you have a broke leg, a broke neck, or something broke on your body, and you have to reach up a Port Mary, reach a Natabia, or even reach a St. Anne's? Because although the roads are a little bit better, when you come out of St. Anne's and I go up to St. Anne's via hospital, the road wicked. Port Mary, I'm get me started on that the road, I can set me and be there on. When you have to go up a Port Mary Hospital, you go dead, or signals are broke on you, because I saw the road that shake you. Not to be even worse. So please tell me, when you are going to do development in a St. Mary and fix the road, you have plan big highway, you have plan big stuff to St. Thomas, you call out the wall of the West parishes them, you talk about Kingston, St. Andrew, you hype up for Portmore, the new parish, and you left out the foundation parish of St. Mary. We there long before Portmore even was conceived, before it even got pregnant, before it even got birth. So tell me, why St. Mary? You know, excitement for St. Mary and development and business hubs. Where the excitement there, PM? Me tell you, none of them no responsible, you know. The two of them give budget speech and none out of the two of them no rate St. Mary. They no rate with St. Mary, so we have to go rate with self. You understand me? Me tell you already, say government now go save, you know. Me say we have to go save with self. Somebody ask me save from what? This is what I'm talking about. Because them nah save we. I mean, I expect them, we can't wait upon government, so them not rate we have to go rate with self. St. Mary have the most rivers. Him talk about water and which part to build stuff to make sure people have water coming to their communities. St. Mary is the water parish. We have the most springs and rivers in the entire Jamaica. So explain to me why Mason Hall still not have no water. These months, and I'm talking about Western St. Mary, that everybody crying is a little bit more developed than the rest of St. Mary, So let's go there. Mason Hall and Rockabessa, I saw them intertwined. You can't call Mason Hall and Rockabessa. Why Mason Hall have no water still? Why there's not no water still? Why enough of St. Mary people still not have no water? I come at them yard. And we are the water parish. You know, so me feel say, I get them wipe St. Mary off of the map. They might build up this new parish, right? And I'm excited for this new parish. And they put billions and billions in this new parish. And can't even put thousands in a St. Mary. And I feel say I wipe we off of the map. Them want me St. Anne to suck we in and make we like an extension of St. Anne. And that me feel say them want to do. And St. Mary, when you watch yourself in a car, and when you pass beaches in a bus go Bell St. Mary, me I go show you a video. When you pass beaches, you know what up on beaches? It's a beaches, Outriers. Outriers is in St. Anne. Them not easy, you know. Them not easy. You might talk about they're not like us. You damn right. None of the other parishes is not like St. Mary. They're not like us. They not like us. They not like St. Mary. They not like St. Mary. Let's get that straight.
That is funny, honey. That's funny.
Oh they not like us.
Funny.
None of them not like us. We have the most rivers. We have the most spring. We have the most natural. We are rich in natural resources. If you say that you don't want to suck out the resources and left, we broke. No man, St. Mary, we have to go rate ourselves. No matter which party in our power, them only push big plans, but where them deal with people, where them I run their money, which part them I fling the money, the places that's already flowing. But money already are flowed. There's no business with St. Mary. So if we want to grow at St. Mary, we have to go build it ourselves. You know, that's why Deal Finder JA, that's the reason I started this company. That's the reason Deal Finder JA networking, business networking events are so important to connect businesses together, to connect sources, distributors, to connect producers, to consumers, to connect everybody together so we can start building for the economy, being able to hire more people and put the money back in St. Mary so we can have more tax revenue here, teach people how to register their businesses and stuff like that. We have to build up St. Mary because they're not business with us. They're not like us. They're not like us. So we have to go build us. When I hear me St. Mary, so make sure you don't miss it. When I link up Deal Finder, put link me down there so they can come to the next networking event. Because they're not business with St. Mary. It's time to rise, St. Mary. Ready?
I say that lady her passion, yo. I don't really agree with her, so they're not applying for St. Mary on the PNP side. That's not true. You feel me I deal with, but I love her passion. So I work with her. You see me? Work with her.
Ready? It's time. But big highway to Orchards while St. Mary still depend donkey track. Put link me in the comment below and put 100 if you agree with me. Me tell you say me not done, you know. Me this a come. I style Damian Crawford, I try style we. So I'm come on TikTok and do a video. And instead of saying, me wrong, you know people, me wrong, he must sidestep on a tap dance. Wanna take a listen to this.
As you have heard in the video, I believe Mark Golden is highly competent and he has my full support in becoming the next Prime Minister of Jamaica.
I can't the same voice note me and you listen to. Let me remind you, Jamaica, of what he said. Can take with a fool.
Mark is the most ready for the next 2 years. But the election is not the next 2 years. And we can't change again.
We are not fool, Damien.
Right, that would is. People, I move past that one here. No distraction.
I want really a one St. Mary. Jamaica across a piece of voice note. Mr. Damian Crawford saying that Mark Golding is a 2-year Prime Minister. And did anyone notice that in Mark Golding's budget speech, St. Mary was overlooked? Take a listen.
Students from Manchester and Clarendon, young people from Portland and St. Ann, indeed from...
And that's exactly the problem. St. Mary's always been overlooked. Okay? Now, he was talking about education. He went from Westmoreland, Manchester, Clarendon, St. Elizabeth. He was on the West Coast. Then he came to the East and said Portland. And then jump over St. Mary and said St. Anne. So I guess St. Mary no need part of the education and note. This is not say he's just speaking randomly from memory or just off the top of his head. It's a speech that's written. Okay, so you had to put thought into it. A whole lot of thought had to go into that speech. So when he said Portland, most likely you have to go choose St. Mary for reach St. Anne. So me I try to figure out at what point St. St. Mary just became invisible, straight to St. Anne. The only mention of St. Mary was the Anatomy Hospital, and that's because that's the hospital that services a lot of other parishes outside of Kingston. It's one of the better hospitals, better than St. Anne's, babe. Just put it out there. It's one of the better hospitals. Not up to date. Not, don't have the lot of the stuff that it needs. But it's a little bit better than the other hospitals. And so a lot of people travel from a lot of other parishes just to come to Anatomy. And we're talking outside of Kingston because he was talking about the rural areas. But as far as everything else, he said Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, Manchester, Clarendon, come on the East Coast, said Portland, jump St. Mary. I said St. Anne. Now, I don't want to jump the gun. I want you guys to tell me what you think. Am I overreacting? Am I overthinking? Am I thinking too deep? Because sensitive about St. Mary, I'm going to see, you have a speech where you're right. And you go from Portland and jump St. Mary. St. Mary's super underdeveloped. St. Mary need better education system. St. Mary need more business hubs. St. Mary need a whole lot of things, roads and everything. So it started to make me think, watching the speech, Miss noticed he mentions St. Andrew a lot for roads as his examples and stuff like that. What that needs to be fixed, that needs to be remedied. So, and him talk about Jamaica on the whole. I get it because you're running to be the person in charge of the entire country. But it makes me start to think and wonder and look deeper into things as if, when you say you're going to do things for Jamaica, does that include St. Mary? Because me still I try to figure out how you jump from Portland in a written speech. And off at the top of your head, I remember this, I go by. This is go by something someone wrote. Okay? So thought had to go into it. A whole lot of thought, research had to go into this speech. So you jump from Portland straight to St. Anne. So is it that St. Mary is not rural and we don't need anything? Or is it that St. Mary just don't count? St. Mary, wanna make me know what wanna think about it. Go look upon this speech. Listen to it. I listened to it very carefully. Now let me say this on another note. Hats off to Mr. Mark Golden, the Honorable Mark Golden. Hats off to you. You touched on something that's near and dear to me personally, and that's cutting away from Privy Council, the court, cutting away from England. Them bright. Them had us as stepchildren for too long. So that really got my attention because that's something that I've always talked about. How can you say you're independent, but you still have to go to somewhere else? Go back to the people that had us in slavery to get permission to do anything or to get anything passed. That's the superior court. That didn't make sense to me. Just sounds like we were just stepkids. And then we need a visa to come to your country. Stepchildren. That's what we have been. For all these years, Jamaica has been stepchildren. So that point that you hit, very much so, I'm looking forward to you doing that. Okay? Because that's needed for us. And I'm looking forward to all the other things that you said about infrastructure, schools, artificial intelligence. So my hats off to you with that budget speech. That budget speech was great. There's a lot of stuff I could probably take apart. However, for the overall thing, my hats off to you. That was amazing. For first time in my entire life, I see where Jamaica has some sort of a direction. We have direction. There's a direction here. So my hats off to you. However, sir, I'm asking you this personally. So I'm going to ask, but I'm going to ask Mr. Golden too. Did you intentionally jump over St. Mary to St. Anne? Because you said Portland, you spin the page. St. Anne. And we have to come through St. Mary if we hit St. Anne with where I come from, Portland. So I'm just asking the questions. Because I'm sensitive about St. Mary. I'm very sensitive about St. Mary. You have to understand, say, Port Mary, I'm a band. So I'm sensitive about St. Mary. Okay, I love St. Mary. So I'm going to look, anybody try St. Mary, I'm there for it because St. Mary, you don't understand. I love my parish. I love Jamaica, and don't get me wrong, I love Jamaica, but don't play with St. Mary. Okay? So I just want to know, sir, was that intentional? On the comment below, let me know what you think. Am I overreacting? Am I overthinking? St. Mary pocket a leak. Oh no, I know why money can't stay in a St. Mary and why it run out with parish. biggest
is
economic problem
funny,
St.
honey.
Mary have is that the money does not stay within
my
the
God,
parish
that is
and
funny.
circulate. Okay? The money flow from St. Mary to St. Anne. St. Mary pocket a leak. You don't want to know why money can't stay in a St. Mary and why it run out with parish? Me I go tell you know why. One of the biggest economic problems St. Mary have is that the money does not stay within the parish and circulate. Okay? The money flow from St. Mary to St. Anne. When you hear me, St. Anne suck we dry. Why is that? Because the majority, the larger population of St. Mary work in a St. Anne's. Them have to leave the parish and go St. Anne's go work. And most of them left early in the morning. So by the time them come off of work, or by the time them get them paycheck, them are go wreck so, them are spend it at the plaza them, because it's more convenient. Them have all of the banks in the old areas. Them have all of the food place down there, KFC, Burger King and everything. Them have the big supermarkets down there and a plethora of other local supermarkets. So by the time they leave work, they're spending all their money in St. Anne. They're actually buying lunch, breakfast, and snacks in St. Anne. So the money is not reaching St. Mary. When they get to St. Mary, they barely have no money. And guess what? Wherever you spend the money, that's the community that it benefits. You understand that? Because all the money is being spent in St. Anne. St. Anne have more tax revenue because when you buy something and charge your taxes, that goes toward the development of St. Anne's, not St. Mary. And all of we people in St. Mary working at St. Anne, all of we people are left and start businesses at St. Anne's. At St. Anne, I get the benefit of St. Mary. They live at St. Mary now, but they work at St. Anne. They live at St. Mary. But guess what? Them business there St. Anne. So St. Anne I get all of the build up and all of the development and all of the infrastructure and all of the money I stay in a St. Anne. The poor little business them in a St. Mary can't really build up and benefit because you don't have no money by the time when you come out on the yard. Money done. Some of you run go credit card and spend the whole life at St. Anne. They used to say, you love trust from local business, but go run, go watch, you go spend up the whole lot of the money when they get money. Right? No. We have to support our businesses within St. Mary if we want St. Mary to rise. We cannot keep letting St. Anne suck we dry because as long as St. Anne is getting all this revenue and all this money is coming back into St. Anne, the focus is always be on St. Anne to develop more plaza, put in more banks, make sure the infrastructure is correct, make sure the roads are good as long as all of the money are going to St. Anne. And as St. Mary are fuel this, we have to stop it St. Mary. We have to create our own jobs within a St. Mary, create our own economy, circulate the money within St. Mary so we can build up St. Mary. That's how we are going to do it. But if you don't agree with me, you must agree with me. I know so not agree with me. I want you to drop 100 below. And if you don't want help build up St. Mary and make we rise up and keep the money in our pocket, because it look like the roof out there is a leak in this whole building. Yeah, it's in St. Mary. Okay? We got to put a caulk in it. We need a whole roof. I'm going to drop a link me so you can come to the next networking event. You don't think me done?
Yo, that lady, I mean, I agree with everything what she said, but I love her. I absolutely love her passion. Somebody say, lady, you not lied. I actually love her passion. You know what I record her for the last 1 hour and 18 minutes. I can't believe. Yo, people like I share video. No, sir.